business in the United States rides on a cyber backbone. We're the most open country in the world, which is good. We're also the most vulnerable country in the world. So there's a crying need to get professionals into this field to actually do the work to secure ourselves.
Night Dragon is a venture capital and advisory firm with a mission to secure our world for tomorrow. It partners with companies and individuals across the world who are driving innovation in cyber and national security. They partnered with NYSC to share stories of innovation across the globe in our Cyber Live series. After stops in New York and Texas, we're now turning our focus to Florida. Frank McKenzie is a retired U.S. general who now serves as the executive director of the University of South Florida's Global and National Security Institute. General McKenzie, welcome.
It's great to be with you.
General, you've served 4 decades of distinguished military service at the highest levels of national defense. What drew you to take on this next chapter in academia?
Well, first of all, I wanted to give something back, and Tampa Bay is a dynamic place. The University of South Florida is one of America's great universities. And I felt particularly, given what I'd looked at the last half of my career, cyber issues, both offensive and defensive issues, I had some knowledge, I had some insight. I felt I had something to contribute, and I wanted to work with a great platform that's established at the University of South Florida.
All right, and Florida is emerging as a serious player in the cybersecurity space. From your vantage point, what makes the state so well positioned to contribute to America's security?
Well, actually, I think really Florida as a whole, but particularly Tampa Bay, is at the very leading edge of this. And what you have there, a variety of cyber and defense industries in the Tampa Bay area. You have 2 combatant commands, U.S. Special Operations Command and United States Central Command there. And again, you have a significant major American university, an R1 university, research university, an AAU member, with the academic platform that it provides. Additionally, the University of South Florida has just established a school for computing, AI, and cybersecurity. That's really going to be, I think, the engine that's going to bring Cyber Bay, as we call Tampa Bay, really to the forefront of cyber issues, not only in the state of Florida, but nationally.
All right, and how detrimental can a cyber attack be? What have you seen? What are some examples?
Well, it can be destructive. We know all about cyber ransom attacks. We know about denial of service attacks. These are rampant, and the industry here in Tampa, and a lot of the things we're teaching our students at the University of South Florida, is how to be effective in responding to these attacks. You know, some of these attacks are criminal. Many of them are state-sponsored, with the criminal elements as the proxy cutouts. This is only going to continue, and I think the state of Florida is well ahead of a lot of the rest of the country in its approach to these problems.
And what types of innovation and startup categories are you seeing gaining momentum in Florida that excite you the most?
Well, I think we do a lot of work in AI here. I think quantum computing is eventually going to be a large part of what we do. There's a significant drone industry that you see operating in and around the Tampa area as well. And of course, increasingly drones are going to rely on autonomous and semi-autonomous systems in order to be effective. So AI is going to have a large role to play there. But probably most significantly, the grave shortages we have in the cybersecurity workforce, both in this state and nationally. We're working very hard to service that problem, to bring young men and women into the field, both with degrees and without degrees, so that they can be effective at whatever level they enter. There's just a grave shortage of people who can work in this field right now.
And speaking of talent development is clearly a cornerstone of your mission at Cyber Florida. Why is investing in cybersecurity education and workforce development so critical?
Because cybersecurity is fundamental to everything we do. All business in the United States rides on a cyber backbone. We're the most open country in the world, which is good. We're also the most vulnerable country in the world. So there's a crying need to get professionals into this field to actually do the work to secure ourselves. The attacks are there now. They're only going to increase over time. We want to be able to anticipate those attacks. You do that by the process of education, by the process of gaining the technical knowledge to allow you to be effective in there. And the University of South Florida and Cyber Florida and the Bellini School here are at the very leading edge of that.
All right, and looking ahead, what is your vision for Florida's role in advancing national and digital security?
We want to attract businesses to Tampa Bay. We think we have a great environment for people to come here, an environment that is attuned to the needs of cybersecurity that are very important.
General Frank McKenzie, Executive Director of the University of South Florida's Global and National Security Institute. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me here today.